Hello, this is Michael Daly with Mobile Lactation Consultant. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to send a report to a doctor or other care provider via fax or email or even print it. And so this can also be used to understand better how to send any part of the client record to anybody else via fax or email or printing it. So I'm going to use a demo practice here just for test data. I'm going to press Show Demo Practice from the login screen. I'm going to open up any client here just randomly and go to the Visits tab at the bottom. And here in this particular client we have 3 visits. I'm going to choose the bottom visit. And it's always a good idea to review your data before you send it. Make sure it's accurate. And then with the visit open, I can go and press on the share icon here at the top. It's the box with the arrow that points upward out of it. And now I have several options. And primarily for sharing information, I can use email, print, or open in. If I'm wanting to fax it or email it, I would choose the email option. That's because to fax data from the iPad, the best way to do it is to email it to, if you have like Nextivia or if you have eFax, for instance, you would email it to the fax number at efax.com or the fax number at nextivia.com. So here I'm going to press email. And now here are the options of what I can send from this client record. I can choose to send the currently open visit. That's definitely what I want to do at least. But in addition, I may want to also choose client info. That'll send all the information that's under the client info section, such as their contact information, their health history, and other information that the client themselves filled out, typically through the client portal or from your iPad. I could send all the visits by touching on Lactation Visits, and then there's no point in pressing that, and that will send all the visits along with the client info. I could send over tasks or client core. That's the little box that's at the top of the visit section that shows just the core information. But typically people would just send the currently open visit, and then maybe also choose to send a company letterhead. But before I get there, you could go into advanced mode by pressing the advanced mode button here in the upper right corner. And once I press that, there are more options of sending more granular choices for sending information. Particularly, there's not a client info option anymore. Client info has been broken out into basic lactation, lactation health details, and financial information, and infant. These represent the 4 tabs that are in the client info section. And so also it breaks out some additional sections as well. But typically you would just stay in basic mode, which we'll do, and choose currently open visit. And now here I can include company letterhead. If I choose yes, I can come in here and make a little note. I could type in anything. It can be just a single line or it can be a paragraph. And I could say something like, please find the client information below. Now that I'm done typing my title, I can press done here at the bottom. And once I do this, it's going to grab the currently open visit. It's going to generate a professional looking title. And before I press done, I also want to mention that you can include documents. Like if you have your super bill, you can send the super bill to the insurance company along with the visit record. But for now, I'm just going to leave currently open visit selected and hit done. Now it's generating the report. And now here I can choose to send it. Put in my to address, and if I was going to fax it, I could say, for instance, to 321 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 at efax.com. I'm just using efax as an example. I actually recommend hellofax.com. That's most recently the one that I believe offers the most features, including the ability to send faxes directly from Dropbox or Google Drive. And that's important if you're sending a very large document, because those won't go through email. So anyways, here you can see the to address has the fax number. The from address doesn't matter. It'll just send from whatever email you have as your default email on your iPad. You can see there's an attachment here, and so eFax will take that attachment, that PDF attachment, and it will fax it out to the fax number that's part of the email address. And so then I would just press send, and then I would get an email back from eFax that says, "We received your fax request," and then once the fax goes through successfully, it'll send me a confirmation, and if it fails, it'll send me a failure notification. And so that's how that is. And so, but for demonstration purposes, I would like to show what it will look like. So if I just choose currently open visit, oops, did I choose? I'm going to choose open in this time, because I'm going to open it in PDF Expert or PDF Pro. There's a lot of different PDF apps, or I can open it in Dropbox or iBook to view the PDF before I send it. That's a good idea to do that before you actually fax it, because it may be there's something in there that you don't want to be in there, or you may be missing something. So this is a great way to test it beforehand. So I'm going to choose currently open visit, and I'm going to press done. And then I'm going to go ahead and open it in iBooks. And so here we can see the report, and it's clear that I forgot to press yes to letterhead. So this is what it looks like without the letterhead. You still have a page header with your practice name, the client's name, the date they delivered, and the name of the baby. And then you have the date it was printed, the record number, and page number. And in here, of course, is all the visit information. So the only difference, if I include the letterhead, is now on the first page, the first half of that page is going to show a more broader version of the header, of the page header. And so here it now says Stacy's Practice, the address and phone number. And the address and phone number are pulled from the account tab, the settings account tab in Mobile Lactation Consultant. So if I come back here to the home screen and then go press on settings down here, then I can press on account. And so it's going to pull from here. And I can even put in an MPI number and letterhead additional info, such as maybe my fax number, a license number, or whatever may be applicable for your state. And those will all be automatically included in the letterhead. And so that concludes this short tutorial on how to use the letterhead feature and fax part of a client record. If you have any additional questions, feel free to call us or email us anytime. Thank you.